Hey guys, and welcome to the third round of the 1993 STSR BTCC season, and we're here at Snetterton for the third round of the championship. And here are the important track infos. The track is 3.123 kilometers long, and the race lap record goes to Lorenzo Turri with a 1 minute 9.410 from last year. He was also the person who won the previous two races here at this circuit. And yeah, here we have a look into the starting grid for the first round. And Roy Cobb takes pole position again ahead of Turri, so another 4.12 ahead of Melis, who beats Bell again in qualifying, ahead of Simpton and Snaith, who completes the top 6. And in the second half of the page we see Osborne, Jones, Eric Kuchenberger, a new rookie to this series, and ahead of Packer in his independent BMW, ahead of Hull and Todaro. The last three drivers didn't even set a time. Bit of unfortunate, but Hull and Todaro joined the lobby pretty late, so they were doomed to the back of the grid. And it's lights out, and away we go for the first round of this weekend, I should say. And Cobb gets an excellent getaway. He immediately builds up the gap ahead of Turri. And Melis can defend his position against Bell, but we need a better view of the midfield fight. Here we can see Eric Kuchenberger not having the best of all starts. He slipped down behind Pecker, and yeah, that's not the way you want to start your debut, I can imagine, falling behind an independent driver in a really twitchy car. And here we go on board with Todaro, the only Peugeot this weekend, because their first driver, Wesley Brook, has left the league sadly, but there's going to be no further comment on this thing. While Todaro is sliding here, he tries to go by Kuchenberger in a really risky situation, and Mike has recently said that my accent makes the word whiskey sound like whiskey, so the drink here, you know. So quite interesting fact, however. And Todaro also goes by Packer, who made a mistake, and I think we are now on board with David Osborne, who passes Sneef, who makes a mistake. And this was a huge mistake here. Sneef went completely on the grass, and we are also seeing Simpton a bit further the back, so he must have fallen a bit down the order, I suppose. Whilst Josh Jones has a good race so far, and Cobb goes up with 2 wheels. Wow, this was nice, for screenshots at least, but for Roy, this must be a pain in the ass. I mean, he's bottled the Donington win at the second round at least, when he missed his pit box. If you've missed the previous rounds, go check them out. They were pretty intense, I have to say, so go check them out after this one. And we can see Cobb really quick in this weekend. He seems to have a good flow with this car and with this circuit, so yeah, it looks good for him. And now we go on board with Johannes Melis in this rear view, and he gets a bit pushed by Mike. But anyway, Mike goes through. There were no complaints after that, but because it's really touring car racing, so you have to bump at some point. Whilst Cobb goes for lead, and he gets by Turri fairly easy, I have to say. So the Fords seem to behave at the moment, while Simpton goes for a really dangerous move here around this part of the circuits. You need to have the maximum stability here to maybe have the chance to get by. Oh, and Packer loses it. Yeah, that's a typical scene here for the BMW. What can I say? He tried to drift potentially, but it failed miserably. And now we have Simpton, who wants to go by David. His Toyota seems to be really quick on the straights. Way quicker than a Nissan, and he goes by. Really good move by Simpton. Round the outside, You need to have the bravery to go by. Whilst Todaro loses it. Oh, that's fairly easy to happen. Oh, there's damage. I'm not sure if he's going to continue, but I'm fairly sure that he's going to retire after this. And we see Kuchenberger, the same spot. So this seems to be a really dangerous place for many. And yeah, Kuchenberger went off and yeah, lost quite a lot of time, the rookie. And yeah, there we see Mike making a mistake. He went wide. And this is the chance for Melis to go by. And he takes it. Potentially, yes he does. He's taking the third spot again. And he needs those kind of results if you want to stay with the title fight. But now he's losing it. He's lost it. And he's lost so many positions now. Oh, he even drops behind his teammate Michael Sneef. Maybe there will be some team orders afterwards. Oh, Kuchenberger is doing he's spinning around in circles. In circles. I wanted to say, but I think the perfect word for this is Spinella. But this is no offense, of course. But yeah, we need to have some kind of jokes here for these kind of actions. Whilst there is potential team order. Because Sneef lets Melis by quickly and really easily here, I have to say, but fair enough. Johannes proves to be quite quick here this season so far. Was Simpton! And the car on the roof, I would say, is a Toyota. And yeah, he's out of the race, I'm afraid, and yeah, this will cost him dearly in the championship. He was really consistent. He was only a point behind Melis before this race, so he would drop some points here. And speaking of Melis, he goes by Jones quickly and easily, of course. And now he's behind Osborne, so his fight back is actually quite impressive, I have to say, after that spin. This should be a move for fourth, potentially, but does he risk it here? And he does. He's slightly aside him, but now he goes past here. And so he takes fourth potentially. I think this is fourth position. There should be a position tower here for the replay cameras for the footage, but there isn't. And Osborne makes a critical mistake, and he hits the grass again. He hits the grass twice now. In two corners. Ooh, this is going to drop you some places there, mate. Well, Sneef now sees the chance go by Jones. This is for fifth. And he takes it. This is good for the Constructors' Championship as well. For the Renault team. Whilst Josh goes for the drift. Wow, 10 out of 10. Come on, no joke. This is a 10 out of 10 move here from Josh Jones. Yeah, this is quite unbelievable here what he's doing. Okay, this isn't unbelievable. This is lovable. But still, this move before here by Josh, it was the best drift we've ever seen so far this season. So, Packer, you've got a competitor for the Drift Championship. Whilst Roykop comes now to the Southern Straight, and he takes his third win of the season. Could have been 4. But still, he takes the victory quite dominantly, I have to say. No one could catch him. So, a fairly deserved victory here from Roykop. Ahead of Turri and Bell. Then we have Johannes Melis, who's, I think, a bit disappointed here with fourth. Ahead of Sneef and Jones. I think he could have done a lot better if he didn't spun his car on the corner where, yeah, like 2 or 3 people have died there. So Osborne finishes in 7th, Hole in 8th. Man, my English sucks at the moment. And Litalo in 9th. And yeah, it's time for race number 2 then. And it's go time. And it's Peck on pole. And Osborne gets a good start. It looks like he's going to take the lead, and he does. Osborne goes by with a sensational start here. He takes the lead, and of Jones now, I believe, or is it Matt Hall? It's Matt, and then Josh Jones. So, there's a fall to the grass. This might be Turri. And Roy Cobb is on a chase already. He's passed several people now. There behind, we see 3 wide there. This is quite interesting. And this is the best thing about reverse grid, because you see people up front who aren't quick, and you can see some enormous battles behind. And there's someone off. There's someone off here, and it might be Simpson. Yeah, he's missing. So it must be the Toyota. And yeah, we're gonna have a quick look here afterwards. This is the onboard view from Michael Sneeve. He taps Simpson, and Simpson went off. So yeah, Simpson went off with a bit of the help from the Renault driver, but it definitely was intentional. I mean, it's the first lap, everything can happen there. And there we see Mike. He desperately wants to fight against Roy Cobb, I believe. I mean, we all noticed that the fault is bloody quick here this weekend, especially the hands of Roy. And they are both going past Matt Hall there. And I think there behind is the run of Melis, and then Lorenzo Turri go on board with Turri. And he may search for the gap. No, this didn't go well. And it's crash. Turri just hit Melis because he may have thought that there was a gap, but sadly there wasn't. Oh dear, this is unfortunate. And this would cost them both a lot of time. And now even Simpson goes by Turri. So yeah, this wasn't perfect, but yeah, really unfortunate for both of them. And now we see Pekka, who desperately wants to get a control of the car. And there we have Johannes Melis, I believe. Yes, there he is. And he needs to do another comeback here. And he easily goes past the independent BMW. I mean, the independent cars aren't that quick in the straights as in real life, eventually. And now we see Jones losing control of his car, but he somehow saves it, and he can stick it around ahead of Osborne, who needs to go by again. And yeah, David really struggling so far, and we see him going off, and Jones spinning as well. This is incredible. How did that happen? Did he hit him or something? We couldn't see it properly, so might be the case that he hit him, or Josh potentially hit the grass again, just like in race 1, but only in a different place right now. And there we see both Vauxhalls fighting against each other. There we have Sneeve, there we have Melis, and yeah, it's the second time now that the Renaults are actually now in a fight. And even though Melis has still quite a distance here, he's coming closer now. He's looking quite quick here. Oh, what is Matt doing? He's nearly costing his teammates some crucial time. And Melis goes by. He goes by all 3 of them in 2 corners. This is fantastic here. What Johannes is doing this race weekend so far. Clinical moves here by the German. And there with Matt Hall in the Vauxhall going past or getting passed by Turri. At the moment, I think Roy Cobb is already taking the lead, and he's already quite far in the distance, I can imagine. And Turri easily goes by, and now we see Turri still wanting to improve on his position there, of course. He's a big championship candidate, of course, as the champion of 92. And there we see Jones. Is it Jones or is it Hall? I think it's Hall going by Sneeve. So good move there by Matt. And yeah, the fights behind the leaders, yeah, they can be amazing. And as you can see here, they are amazing. And you see Turri now going past by Sneeve. Oh no, I did a bit big bottle here. I mean the opposite, Sneeve getting passed by Turri. I'm so sorry for that mistake. And yeah, now in the meantime, the cameras, I forgot to show how Turri got by the Vauxhall whilst he's cutting the chicane. As Alonso would say, what Palmer is doing, he needs to give it back to position. Got the chicane. He's now getting passed by Sneef. And yeah, that's quite interesting. Oh no, it isn't Ho. It's Josh Jones eventually. So another big oof. But I have to say it's quite tricky to see it. And there we see the Sneefy lag again. Oh, and he gets confused. This is the chance for Chris. And he takes it. That's another spot for Chris Simpson. So enormously great fights at the moment. We see Melis again on his fight back again against Osborne. Just like in race 1. For one short moment, and there we see the power of the Renault. This car is quite quick on the straights. So, I'm not gonna lie, but I think this car has the potential for a winner. But they need the right driver for it, not some average drivers or like, yeah, solid drivers. I mean, they've got good drivers in here, but maybe they're underperforming the car. I have no idea. And we see Hull now being attacked by his teammate again. And of course, this was no insult, what I said before with the Renault drivers, of course. Then I would insult myself and my teammate and good friend Michael, and this wouldn't sound right. And I mean, we are doing the best we can. We are having fun here. And this is a great battle here between the Vauxhalls. They have dropped a lot. And yeah, this is definitely not good. And they need to improve, of course. I mean, they've got a big drop-off here in terms of the car. The car handles horribly now. Or it isn't quick enough, actually. And there we see Osborne. Yikes. Yeah, he's spinning off and doing a spinella. And now we see Turri attacking Melis. We can notice that the forward is quite quick here. And Turri is going for the inside line for left corner. And is Melis going to fight against him? No, he doesn't. He lets him through eventually. And Turri takes the third position now against the Renault. So this was quite disappointing, actually. He could have fought against him. But he may have thought, okay, you're way quicker than me, so go by, please. And yeah, so we see Sneef now against the Vauxhalls. So the Vauxhalls are actually quite often the picture right now. And they are often fighting. There we see Josh whisking it there again. And this is good fighting here between the Vauxhalls. Look at that, they are having the biggest fight they've ever seen. And they're even teammates. And look at it, they're going side by side. Weird to his stuff it was in the moment before. Look at this, he goes round the outside and he takes the spot. Really good job there by the Vauxhalls here, not hitting each other like in Silverstone. And there we see Roy Cobb taking the victory again. The fifth win of this, is it the fifth? No, the fourth win of the season, of course. And he's currently dominating the weekend in style, pole position, and the race wins so far. Elf Bell, Turri, Melis, Osborne, and Simpson. Now the second half of the table we see Sneef, Jones, Hull, and Litalo. At least he is the top 10 packer in his independent BMW. Sadly, we've lost Todaro and Kuchenberger after the first race. And they won't come back in race number 3 this weekend. So 10 drivers left for final 2 races of this weekend. And the lights are off again. And Packer once again on pole position. And now he has to fight against the Vauxhall of Josh. And he takes the lead. And a Sneef or Litalo, they're both fighting now. There's another Vauxhall there. Stuff between the other drivers, the faster drivers. And Packer goes side by side now with Sneef for a moment at least. There we see Osborne sandwiched now between these cars. We see Wojkop go full wide and he takes the spots. Wow, this is fantastic. Move of the season already. And he even passes Sneef. Wow, what hacks are those? I mean, look at that. Roycop comes out of nowhere and he just passes everyone here. Wow, this is fantastic stuff, I have to tell you. This is fantastic. Well, Packard dropped back to last position, sadly. So P1 to P10 in one lap. And there we see Roycop passing Jones' lead. And after that brilliant move here against the 4 drivers, yeah, it was no wonder that he's going to take the lead. And I think he's going to dominate this one. I mean, he has the pace of a lion this weekend. And so really good job there by Roy. And so now we see some midfield fights again. Oh, Osborne! Bit of bumpy here against the hole in this scene at this corner. And now we see, oh, look at this. This is quite impressive to see stuff like this here eventually. Oh, we see Turri. He needs to catch up, of course. I mean, if you see his performance against his teammate, this is quite impressive eventually. So Roy's on his form of his life eventually at the moment. And Osborne now being, oh, might have forced Bell off the track. His own teammate. And this is going to be interesting here. Osborne, Bell, and I think David's going to left the door wide open here for Mike. Oh, does he? No, he doesn't eventually, but now he has. He hits the grass. I think Johannes goes by as well, and Chris Simpson as well. Yeah, so a huge mistake has costed David dearly here. But as I'm about to say, mistakes can happen. So yeah, eventually these kind of stuff happens. So there we have Mike Bell fighting against the walks of Hull. And Mike goes by. Eventually he's taking a fourth, isn't it? Or fifth eventually. So you see it's quite tricky to commentate on this thing here. But we see Melis going by Hull pretty easily now. So yeah, good drive here by those. And now we see Simpson behind. He's also searching for an opportunity here. And does he go for the outside line again? He did it once in race 1, I believe. And he takes it. He takes the spot. I think he even passed him before the corner. So quite impressive Toyota here, I have to say. Really good car. And there we see David fighting against the Vauxhall as well. Oh dear, David goes by. Fantastic move here by David. I mean, he is quite risky to overtake here. And so you have to be brave here to pass. And we see Mike fighting against Sneef. And he's now been sandwiched by 2 bananas. Or is he? I think this one could end right here, right now. Is Mike Bell's attacking now Sneef? He might have to slipstream of the walks of Jones. But is Bell going to take the spot? And he does. Good job there by Mike Bell. And with Melis behind, I can imagine another form of team order here. So yeah, these two are having some fun here with team orders, I think. And we see Sneef fighting, or trying at least, fight back against Bell. And this is quite impressive to see. Does he stick it? No, he doesn't. So Bell has gone by Sneef now totally. And now Sneef has to defend against his teammate as well. So yeah, this is quite impressive how quick, or how the difference is between the teammates from Nissan and Renault. This is quite interesting. So this will be quite a nice fight for second in the championship of the constructors. I mean, we will see afterwards how it all ends up. But I suppose it's going to be quite close there between these. And yeah. What else can we say here? This is going to be a nice fight here between these 4 eventually. Jones potentially holding up the pack. There we see Bell. Now he is on the right of Jones. And there we see also Melis attacking. And is he going to go by? Or both eventually able to go by here against their competitor. No, not everyone. Mike has to back off. Oh, Jones on 2 wheels. This is going to be interesting. Melis is going for the attack here, and he takes 2 positions. Wow, what an incredible bravery here by Johannes Melis. But now, Mike Bell is alongside him. He has to conceive the position again. Unfortunately, he couldn't stick the position here forever. Now we go into the chicane here. And Jones! No! What is he doing? No! This is unbelievable. He bangs him off, or what can we say? He takes him out here. And this is incredible. I mean, how much luck do you need to have to be punted off so often here? I mean, Melis was punted off in race number 2 already. And now again race 3. But this time with bigger consequences. He's now behind Sneef and Simpson again. But yeah, so we see these two fighting now against each other. They're now side by side. And Simpson this time not going for the outside move. This time he's going for the easier move. For the inside line. Ooh, this was close. Sneef goes for the grass. Or for the alternative grass route, I would say. And once again, both Renaults are fighting. Sneef gives him enough room to go by, so fair enough. And now we are on board with Johannes Melis in his Renault 19. And he's stuck behind Simpson's Toyota. And yeah, this is quite hard to go by because the Toyota seems to be quite quick in the straights. And yeah, this is no wonder eventually. I mean, we had this same scenario in the seasons before. When one car was eventually quicker in the straights. It hit Snetterton. You need top speed. Especially for these sectors. Especially for sector 3 and 1. You need top speed. Or I would also say for the whole course. Eventually. So the power is quite important here. So cars have the better cornering, like the Renault potential with his lowered mass. Yeah, they will have some nice problems here in the straights because they aren't that fast on the straights. Seems like the Nissan is really slow in the straights, so there might be some tweaking here with the Nissan or with the other cars. I've heard some rumors that there is going to be a little bit of tweaking there. So some upgrades are coming to other cars or some BOP settings, as I would like to call it. But I'm honest here, for my honest opinion, this is a good step because everyone should have a fair chance of winning. And okay, the independent drivers should be realistically a bit slower because no independent really is able to win, except for Matt Neal. We've all learned that in the BTCC. And now we see look at that, look at the Renault. Look at that, he's quite quick in the straight, not in the straights, in the corners. He even uses his lights to signal him. Come on, I can't go much quicker than you there. No, it doesn't mean let me bar, please. Only when the teammate is ahead of you. But still, he might be a bit frustrated there with this incident. It cost him a lot. But now, yeah, he can't get past. The Toyota is quite quick, and Sneef is also approaching there. And yeah, now we go back here with Roykop. We didn't see much of him because he was so dominant this race weekend. He's dominated all 3 races. He's dominated qualifying, and he takes the win now for race number 3 out of Turri. And it seems like Mike Bell is going to finish in 3rd position. So good stuff here by the Nissan. So he proves eventually the Nissan is quite quick. But now we see, look, Melis cannot get past. And he needs to stick with 5th. Behind Simpson but ahead of Sneef. At least he's won a team battle. But I don't think it will matter that much for him. He just wants to have fun. But sticking behind another car doesn't seem like a bit of fun. So this is the race results. So Cobb ahead of Turri, Bell, Simpson, Melis and Sneef. Then in the second half of the table we see Jones, Litalo, Hull and Osborne. Both the drivers have suddenly retired. We haven't got it on camera eventually, sadly, so yeah, maybe in some kind of season review we will see what happened to them. So this is the drivers' standings, and we see Roy making a huge leap forward. He's now tied on points with Bell, and both of them are close behind Turri, whilst Melis has already a big gap from the top 3. So, and this is the manufacturer's team championship. And yeah, eventually Mike is carrying this team, but I can imagine in the future that it's going to be quite close. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope we see us soon for the next race of the STSR season at Alton Park. And can Cobb still dominate, or will he be beaten at Alton Park? So stay tuned for more, and see you soon.